Witam serdecznie na kolejnym odcinku z Hogwart Legacy. Dźwięk mam nadzieję, że sczytuje OBS. Dobra, bo widzę, że macha. Ostatnio byłem pohandlować. Mamy główne zadanie, ale myślę, że możemy też wziąć poboczne zadanie, jak już jesteśmy.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ranrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ranrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
Has Renrock's lot ever attacked you like this before?
They've been taunting and threatening me for a while now. They've always believed that violence is the only way to get what they want. Things have taken a much darker turn of late. Ranrock is getting more powerful, and his loyalists know it. They feel untouchable. Ranrock assumed that all goblins would agree to follow him, but he was wrong. Many of us would like a diplomatic end to the discord with wizard kind.
No bo nie każdy chce wojny, nie?
You mentioned that your paintings were taken. Are you a painter?
I am. It's my calling, though most would think it an unusual path for a goblin. Most of my family work in metal, or associated with Gringotts. I'd wager my finest brush that Ranrock's lot have no appreciation for any of my work, and it'll be tossed aside for kindling. Without my carts and my livelihood, who knows when I'll be able to paint again?
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly keep an eye out for your carts.
That is very kind of you, but I think they took them to their camp southwest of here, just past some ruins. Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the carts to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may be, I'm holding out hope that some of what was taken is returned to me. It was nice meeting you. I wish it had been under better circumstances.
Tak, a ja sobie pójdę po te wozy. Sami
After what
tam.
Ranrock did to that goblin banker at Gringotts, I shouldn't be surprised at what happened to Orn. Seems a pleasant enough little place. Revelio.
Przytulnie, żeby okraść ludzi, tak przy okazji. Jak już jesteśmy obok. To jest na zewnątrz. Gdzieś tu. Dobra, a tu mamy jeszcze skrzynkę. No to możemy się przebrać, bo mamy parę rzeczy. Tak, tu nic ciekawego nie ma. Tu nie możemy, ale to możemy założyć. Dobra. Zresztą te szaty Hogwartu nie są jakieś niesamowite, więc trzeba będzie pomyśleć o ich zmianach. To jest tylko wygląd. Ale to ładnie wygląda, więc niech będzie. Ozdobienie, różdżki. Tam widać jest już na mapie wrogów w tamtym kierunku. A może spróbować, czemu nie? Przy okazji zapisać. Pewnie jest szybki zapis, a ja oczywiście nie korzystam z niego. Zapisywanie zakończone. Jest. Czyli 4.
Levioso, Tego, Stupefy.
Tak, mamy. pająki pozbyte. A tam mamy też jakieś. Pewnie.
Accio! Incendio! Levioso!
Tak, pokonaj pająki.
Shame you're so foul. Revelio.
A tu mamy grzybki do zebrania. Tak, to lecimy już na misję. No to oczywiście jakichś ludzi będziemy mijać. Kamienie księżycowe można pozbierać przy okazji. Trochę kasy zagubionych w sakiewkach.
Revelio.
Czarny hebrycki to olbrzymi smok osiągający do 9 metrów długości. Ta duża, twarda łuska pochodząca od jednej z tych istot należy do najcenniejszych przedmiotów, jakie Archie Big trzyma w swojej kryjówce. To rozumiem, że tutaj będziemy z jakąś misją wracać.
Accio! Incendio! Potato! Stupido! Levioso! Incendio!
To daleko jest, żeby sędzia zadziałało.
Revelio!
Tu mamy coś. I tu będzie ten kiełb pewnie.
Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Accio!
Dobra, tu będziemy, chyba najpierw musimy zadanie trafić związane z tymi zagadkami.
Incendio!
A za daleko już był. O, wygląda jakby siedział. Dobra, a przy okazji właśnie się rozwijamy, więc warto jest pokonywać. O.
Accio! Levioso! Incendio! Past the ruins. I'm on the right track.
E, Gdzie jakie ruiny? A, tam są ruiny, dobra. F5 chyba nie zrobiło zapisu szybkiego.
Revelio.
Tu pamiętam, że w tej grze w sumie można się skradać do przeciwników i można ich pokonywać.
An encampment. This must be it.
Można ich się pozbywać po cichu. Nie wiem, czy to jeszcze mamy odblokowane już.
Looks as if there's more than one way to enter.
Jak było ze skradaniem się?
We should have killed that traitor armor with his carts.
Nie i, tylko zaklęcia. Tu mamy też. Znaczy trzeba było wykazać się umiejętnościami pojedynkowania i przekonać, czy ma szansę reprezentować szkołę. A to chyba wykonaliśmy już. Te. To jest.
He better sleep on my feet, I could.
A, bo mamy to zadanie. No pomyśleć, jak wejść do obozu po cichu. Ten płot wygląda, jakby można było przeskoczyć, ale coś nie chce wszystko nam przeskoczyć. A może tak ten. Dobra, już jesteśmy w środku obozu, więc można pomyśleć nad cichym zabójstwem. A bo ja wlazłem.
Next time I pig for that student, I'll give them what they deserve.
Miejsce, gdzie chyba nie powinno mnie jeszcze być.
I didn't touch your helm. Thank you for making me the first object of your suspicion.
Wlazłem do miejsca, z którego nie wyjdę. O, dobra. Udało mi się. Te kule to chyba też jest jakaś zagadka, ale to też będziemy musieli poczekać na to, żeby móc to rozwiązywać. Kurde, miałem tam przeskoczyć.
How long for a bacon and mushroom stew?
Lucas, don't tell us.
O właśnie, można tak się ich pozbywać po cichu.
Any who oppose Ranrock will be eliminated. Enjoy suffering, do ya?
Zauważył mnie, ale nie zauważył chyba. Dobra, wyszedłem z obozu. Jest też głupie. Tyle się odwróciłem, żeby wejść i teraz nie ma mnie w tym obozie.
Feels like I've been at this for hours.
Lucas, don't tell us. How many of you are there?
One less human to worry.
Fartem.
I deserve better than patrol duty.
Tam by trzeba było przeskoczyć, żeby go się pozbyć.
Always my turn to patrol.
Mamy jeszcze zabójcę. Trafionego. Albo walczymy i tyle.
This is a waste of my talents.
Dobra, walczymy.
Lekcje.
Nie tak.
A miss!
You are
Accio.
terribly unfair. Surely you don't see that. No! An intruder! I won't rest.
Oj.
Dead.
Why do you not run away? Intend to die, do you?
Accio! Levioso! Incendio! Incendio! Levioso! Accio!
Tam jeszcze jeden tam jest, trzeba go pozbyć. Aha, bo on spadł za...
An intruder! I know I heard something else.
Incendio! That was quite something.
Tak.
Now, to Freon's carts. Revelio.
Tu mamy coś jeszcze.
Quite an enchantment. The carts are returning to On.
Jak? A, jadą faktycznie, dobra.
Incendio!
O, tu będziemy musieli najpierw
Revelio.
mieć zadanie odblokowane. Dobra, no to chyba wszystko, tu możemy też wracać, tak jak wozy. Jeszcze na eksplorację przyjdzie czas, coś czuję. Widzę, że jakaś jaskinia jest. W tamtej obozie chyba później pojawią się tak i tak z powrotem przeciwnicy, więc te wyzwania też będzie można spokojnie robić. A dwóch naraz w powietrzu to myślę, że...
Incendio! Accio!
Nie utrzymam go 10 sekund w powietrzu, bo
Not
ja
my
za
fault
szybciej
you're a deadly
zabijam.
great spider.
Tak. Bo się pojawiło, że 10 sekund mamy go utrzymać. W sumie można było to zrobić. Ale dobra, trudno. Wiem, że można się teleportować do celu. Ale właśnie przy okazji jakieś wilki, jakieś pająki może wpadną na nas. Wiesz, chyba nie ma szans na to. Teraz już. No to zadanie mamy wykonane. Tu jeszcze skrzynie są pochowane.
On, I have good news. Your carts are on their way back.
I don't know what to say. Any hope I have of getting my belongings back was quickly fading. Ramrock's lot called me a fool for believing in the good in wizard kind. Thank you for proving them wrong.
I managed to free your carts fairly easily.
I'm glad you're all right. Oh, I can't wait to have my things back, especially my paints. You know, you've inspired me. I've been dealing with witches and wizards for years, and we've always got along just fine. Perhaps my next piece will be a tribute to all that is good between us.
What a nice idea, Ron. I wish you luck with it.
Oh, I can't wait to get started. Thank you again for all you've done.
No. Zawsze się lubił z czarodziejami.
All the best.
Tak, to jest kolejny handlarz. I tu jeszcze... A, tu mamy zamknięte, dobra. Ale może to jest... Nie, to będzie wewnątrz. Dobra, to zapiszmy i lecimy z zadaniem... To będzie ten teraz zapis. Z głównym, ale oczywiście trzeba poczekać.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony.
Wiem,
The
nie
portkey brought us
powinniśmy
there
o
after
tym
the
mówić.
dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Sorona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Postanowiłem właśnie powiedzieć też jej prawdę całą, bo właśnie lepiej mieć sprzymierzeńców. A jeśli mówimy prawdę, to łatwiej o to, żeby zachęcić kogoś do naszej sprawy ewentualnej. To może być niebezpieczne.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Ja myślałem, że coś będziemy
Be on your
robić.
guard.
Dobra, to mapę odpalmy. Tak. Tu mamy dolinę, region. No trochę tego terenu jest w sumie. Ale zapomniałem o tym. Myślę gdzie się przenieść albo przebiec się. Mrowisko wilków, skarbiec. Może ten skarbiec. Niech będzie.
What's going on here?
A, tam, dobra. To wyłączmy wskaźnik na mapie. Śledź, a mapa. Dobra. Mamy jakieś dodatkowe zadanie tutaj, to z chęcią od razu je zrobię, bo chyba to jest to, co potrzebuję, czyli te łamigłówki.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be so...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefied!
I'll have taken your...
Incendio!
Look!
Kolejny.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Kolekcjonera, podatności.
Stop right there! Tango! We're going to hold them off!
Nie
I'm
to.
not going anywhere with you.
You'll take this!
Tell Rookwood to find me himself.
Mylą się klawisze.
I think that one's hurt. You haven't got a prayer.
Aha.
Pick up, John. Tango! Incendio! Having you having the knack it all! Expulsive! Is that the thing? Oh, Super!
Kurde, coś mi dzisiaj nie idzie.
Leviosa!
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Bądźmy wścibscy.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Knockturn Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were mere myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb, Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if?
The mallow sweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of mallow sweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the mallow sweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on
Revelio.
these hills here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the mallow sweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these piles.
Incendio!
Nie mamy zaklęcia, które by pewnie pod tym.
The flames make the pyre sink.
Udało się.
Yes, how beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Tak. I
And do
pierwszy.
be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Tak. I teraz te małpki będziemy mogli rozwiązywać.
Revelio.
No, ona złożyła cały obóz i nara. Ale jedna skrzynka została. Z jabłkami.
Revelio.
Coś chcieliśmy. Właśnie, najpierw zadania. Czy jeszcze nie? Bo mi coś te przewroty nie szły, więc przewroty jeszcze muszę porobić w walce. To pójdźmy do tej jaskini. Zobaczymy, co z tego wyjdzie. Oczywiście jak po drodze będzie jakiś przeciwnik, to z chęcią z nim stoczę walkę. Oczywiście latać nie mogę, bo jeszcze nie odblokowaliśmy tej opcji. Nikt nas nie nauczył latania na miotle. Więc trzeba sprintem pobiec sobie. Przy okazji pozwiedzać. O, tam są wilki. Może coś z tego będzie. Akurat niestety nie to. Już widzę, właśnie zwróciłem uwagę, że chyba trzeba było otworzyć sobie wejście, albo i nie. Albo i tak, dobra. A, są grzybki, to po prostu zbieramy je. No, albo to nie grzybki w sumie.
Revelio.
Czy coś na nas wyskoczy? Do walki. O, i znowu mamy jakąś zagadkę.
Incendio.
Nie.
Revelio.
To jest skrzynia w sumie w ziemi, więc można byłoby ją zabrać. Możemy tu,
Incendio.
a to płonie już. Trochę na zagadkę mi to wygląda. Teraz tylko zrozumieć, co trzeba zrobić.
Revelio.
Nigdzie nic nie widzę. Skrzynia jest tu. Ale nie mogę się do niej dobrać, bo jest w podłodze.
Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Accio.
Dobra, to kiedyś indziej wrócę tutaj. Ogarnąć. A pójdziemy na tą zagadkę z Merlinem. Gdzieś w tym kierunku to było. Owce.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
O ile mamy zaklęcia, które pozwolą nam to zrobić. A, to jest tylko do rozbicia.
Revelio.
Gdzieś jeszcze są. A, tam jest jedna. Będzie malwa, nie. Muchy. Gdzie jeszcze? A, tam mamy.
Revelio.
Tam.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
Tak, i mamy to. No nie są skomplikowane w większości te zagadki, więc można je porozwiązywać. Tam mamy wyzwania, walka, ale nic do odebrania nie mamy chyba. Mam więcej miejsca na wyposażenie. To te łamigłówki są bardzo ważne w takim wypadku. A ja bym chciał jeszcze misję wykonać, w sensie to. Ja nie chcę zajęć zielarstwa jeszcze robić, ale chyba nie mamy wyboru. To byśmy wrócili do Hogwartu. Też mamy. Dobra, na razie zagadkami nie będziemy się zajmować. Idźmy gdzieś po drodze w Hogwarcie. To na dzisiaj na zakończenie będzie. Właśnie zaklęcie warto będzie poznać, więc trzeba będzie Tam, czemu akurat w lochach? Bo pewnie lubił lochy. To.
Revelio.
Now, is she growing Punger's onion again?
I mamy zaklęcie. Czyli zielarstwo. Lekcje z zielarstwa.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge.
Tu chyba jest dobrze, bo mamy tylko
is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bowl.
Ślizgonów i... A nie, tam było
Now then,
z
today we will
gryfonów
be
ktoś.
acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrakes in the new pot and pat down the soil! The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
I should think Professor Garlic would be more careful with her mandrakes.
Pogadajmy ze wszystkimi, co można.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I'll say. I nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Tak.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Droga profesor Garlic, to bardzo miło z pani strony i do tego pamiętała pani, że najbardziej lubię truskawki słodziutkie, więc nic dziwnego, że mugole tak za nimi przypadają. Wszystko, co pani uprawia zawsze jest najwyższej jakości. Od lewizji po jeżynę. Mam nadzieję, że moja wspaniała siostrzenica co nieco się pani pod opieką nauczy. Lenora wręcz panią uwielbia, tak jak zapewne wszyscy uczniowie. Jak zwykle gorąco pozdrawiam, Eleonora Evelyn.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
A, tu jest ten.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But you'll lead.
Aha, czyli on nas prowadzi, ale to my
Defense
prowadzimy.
against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. No offense. Sorry.
Z okazji zbieramy wszystko, co się da. Chyba mam na mapie zaznaczone w jakiś punkt,
Here
jakąś
we are.
migówkę.
Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on, grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Don't worry, Nurse Blaney put it back on. Trust me, you do not want to go through that. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Tak.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Revelio.
Coś tu jeszcze mamy. A, tu mamy karteczkę. Co tu mamy? Sterowalne śliwki. Ten pomarańczowy, przypominający rzodkiewkę owoc unosi się, gdy rośnie. Niektórzy wierzą, że zwiększa on zdolność akceptowania rzeczy niezwykłych. Oko? Co to jest? A, to jest klapa pewnie jakaś. stronę.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragonhide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Nie obrażajmy nauczyciela, bez przesady. Znaczy, coś rośliny mają, sam mam parę roślinek, więc nie będziemy tutaj atakować roślin.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Tak, zajęcia mamy.
But those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. It cost me my...
I zostaje nam uniki zrobić, ale to zrobimy, będziemy szukać jakichś dodatkowych zadań w następnym odcinku. Mam nadzieję, że ten odcinek się Wam spodobał i do następnego.